Hi everyone, my name is Juno. I have a health science background and I'm the author of the book Truth and Empathy: How to Find Your Soulmate. And I'll put a link to the book below. This video is the MBTI personality type assessment of the late Prince Philip. And what I've done here is that I've written some notes so that I don't miss anything. The first thing we need to know when it comes to personality types is that there are four main ones. The first one is sensor judgers, the second sensor perceivers, the third intuitive thinkers, and the last one intuitive feelers. To me, Prince Philip was a sensor judger, and I will explain why. So again, I've got some notes. So Prince Philip was the Duke of Edinburgh, the Earl of Merioneth, and the Baron of Greenwich. He was born in Greece on June 10th, 1921, and so he was part of the Greek and Danish royal families. He joined the Royal Navy in 1939 when he was 18 years old, and he was already corresponding with Princess Elizabeth at that time. In July 1947, he got engaged to Princess Elizabeth, and he changed his nationality to a British one, and he's changed his surname to Mountbatten. He married Elizabeth on November the 20th, 1947. They had four children together, so it was, the fortune are Charles, Anne, Andrew, and Edward. And so he was quite active in the sense that he was present over 780 organizations, having completed about 22,000 solo engagements. He was married for 74 years to the Queen Elizabeth, and he died recently in April 2021 at the age of 99. So he was almost 100 years old. One thing that is kind of evident when it comes to sensor judges is that the theme of their lives is about duty and tradition. And for Prince Philip to have fitted well and seem to, thrive when it comes to being part of a royal family is that he probably would adhere to this idea of duty and tradition. And also, he comes across as a mask energy, so in the sense that he was at home in the military, and also when I actually was watching some documentary about the royal families, that he was a strict disciplinarian. So he was the type to talk concisely to the point. He was not the type to beat around the bush. So this way of being direct and concise, you'll see that more with masculine energy. So he comes across more as the thinking sensor judger. The other aspect also is that he is fine with not being the center of attention. So he basically had to walk a few steps behind his wife, and that was fine with him. So I would say that based on this behavior, he's probably someone who's an introvert. So you rarely hear about Prince Philip in the media, or some him saying the wrong thing or things of the sort. So he is sort of like a power behind the throne, that he's probably a masculine energy but also an introvert. The other point also is that the way he interacts with his children, like you don't see him being very affectionate or warm, and this you'll see a lot when it comes to let's say someone who is a sensor judge but a masculine one. So they don't come across as warm. He is tends to have, when it comes to his facial expression, it's kind of rather stoic. So I would say that based on this information, Prince Philip is probably an ISTJ. To summarize, I would say that Prince Philip is an ISTJ because he's someone who seems at home in the sort of structure of the royal family, because it's a very sort of traditional type of family environment. So he was married to the Queen for 74 years, so he's someone who likes stability. You never heard about him maybe thinking about getting the divorce into the source. So these are, when it comes to central judges, they like to have a stable family home so that they can see how their traditions are being passed on to future generations. So the other aspect also is that he's the type of person who seems to be enjoying, who has enjoyed actually military life. So, and the way he speaks, the way he comes across, he doesn't come across as very empathic or warm. So that indicates someone who's a thinker, and also he's someone who is not fond of the limelight. So he's someone who's rather, it seems to be rather private. So that is in line with someone who is most likely an introvert. So if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and we will talk soon.